In today's video, we are going to be doing an easy and extremely healthy meal prep for a family of 4. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Jessica, and here on my channel, we focus on all things mom life, but everything we do in my space does have a bit of a healthy twist, as I'm a holistic nutritionist. I know here in my house, we are gearing up for the back to school season, whatever that may look like, whether that's virtual, in person, on a certain sort of schedule where some days you're on and some days you're off. With the change of season, things are getting busier by the day. So I have been focused more and more on meal and ingredient prep that gets me ahead and doesn't leave me feeling scattering to grab healthy options for myself and for my family. So now whether your kids are going back to school in person or virtual learning, I think it's extremely important to have things in the fridge and on hand to grab and go to make sure that we're still consuming those healthier options. My approach to meal prep, if you're familiar with any of my videos, is to meal prep certain ingredients to have on hand that I can throw together to make a quick, easy weeknight meal. Likewise, I like to find those areas of my day that I find us struggling. So whether that's breakfast or snacks, those tend to be the areas that if I have ingredients and things prepped ahead of time, it makes the entire day run more smoothly. So we're gonna throw together some great muffins, some great bars to have on hand that are exceptionally healthy. You can throw them in your kids' lunchbox, or likewise, they could be a great snack to have when you're doing some virtual learning. So I hope that you'll stick around for today's video and that you enjoy the recipes. We are starting off with some pineapple, coconut, and carrot muffins. These are a breeze to throw together. You pulse most of it in a blender, mix it up and bake it, and they come together beautifully. This is one of those recipes that I like to make probably every 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll make 1 to 2 batches at a time and throw it in the freezer. It's a quick one to throw in my kids' lunch boxes, and likewise just to have on hand as a quick snack, and even to serve alongside a smoothie and eggs for breakfast. You'll see here my kids are helping me bright and early this morning before dad takes over and we get to all of the seriousness of this meal prepping. But as you can see here, it is so important to get your kids involved in the kitchen. My kids see that we're adding some coconut yogurt, some carrots, some eggs, all together with some frozen pineapple, and they know and understand that eating healthy and nutrient-dense foods is so important. Likewise, they feel excited to eat the recipes when they help contribute and make them. Now, I know firsthand that it is so stressful and it can definitely slow me down when they're with me in the kitchen. So for a marathon meal prep day, I do like to do it on the weekend when I have some extra help. But if I'm throwing together a quick recipe, I do like to include them. And as always, you can find all of the recipes that I'm sharing with you in today's video in the description box down below. So please be sure to click that little arrow on the screen to expand and see all of the deliciousness and nutritious and nutrient-dense ingredients that you can likewise pull together in your kitchen. So I will go ahead and show everything down below, likewise how long to bake, whether depending on size, but you can see here my kids chose Easter eggs and Christmas molds to make these muffins, and which I'm 100% fine with. We have our seasons a little bit mixed up. We're on the fence whether or not we're fully engaged and ready for fall yet, but I'm happy if they're happy, and if they want Easter eggs and Christmas presents, then I am all for it. So I take about half of these, I toss them in the freezer, and a quick hack is that if you want the morning before school, whether you are virtual or in person, you can pull them out and put them in the toaster oven and they reheat beautifully. And from there, I like to then add them to their lunch boxes after I've had a chance to toast them. Moving into our next recipe, these are Chewy carrot cake granola bars, and they are delicious. So if you are all in on fall, then I would jump straight to these ones and make them right away. I love to buy prepackaged granola bars, especially the granola bites from Made Good. Honestly, they're super clean, they're really convenient, and my kids love them. However, there is nothing better than homemade granola bars or granola bites. They're so delicious and you can really bulk up the flavor and nutrition. And I realized about halfway through this video that there is most definitely a theme and there's a lot of carrots involved. So we had gone to Costco the weekend before and I had gotten the 2 huge bags of organic carrots. And I like to show you guys that you can buy a vegetable, you can buy a certain ingredient, and you can really find different ways to utilize it. And I realized that after I had finished making this recipe, that most of the recipes do include carrots, which I am all for. They're extremely nutritious and full of things like vitamin A, vitamin K, potassium, vitamin C, and calcium, and likewise iron. Not to mention they're an incredible antioxidant, which is what most of us know them for. And they're a rich source of lutein, which is a superfood and super nutrient for your eyes. So if your kids are doing virtual learning this year and you're worried about them staring at a screen for an extended period of time, carrots are definitely a vegetable that should be high on your priority list. So I'm going to go ahead and bake these in the oven. They are full of dates and oats and all sorts of spices that are perfect for the season, and your home will be smelling incredible before you know it. I like to let these fully cool before cutting them into bars or squares, whatever fits you. You can even use cute little cookie cutters to make them into different shapes if you think it'll make them more appealing to your family. Then we're gonna move right along to our carrot applesauce muffins. Again, this one's a cinch to throw together. As I mentioned in my intro, I like to find recipes and parts of my day that I tend to struggle with. And breakfast is always rushed. No matter how prepared I am, no matter what I do ahead of time, it seems as though we're playing and all of a sudden it's 7:45 or 8 o'clock in the morning and we have to be somewhere, we have to do something, or we might have to get to school in schoolwork. So having quick, nutrient-dense things pulled together for breakfast is really important to me. I like to serve these muffins or bites or granola bars alongside of a green smoothie. And if you haven't had a chance to check out all of my back to school smoothie recipes that I made last year, I will link that for you on the screen here now. But serving these alongside of something like that or some eggs or avocado toast is the perfect way to start your day. And then you know you have loaded your kids with nutrition early in the day. Nothing sets their learning off on a better foot than having nutrient-dense ingredients in their body. Things like avocado oil, things like flax seeds. These rich fats are incredible for their brains and for learning. And again, of course, things like carrots are incredible. They're a rich source of vitamin, choline in the eggs, oats to keep them full and sustained, and all of the gluten-free flours that we're using here in these recipes can be interchanged, but I did mix them specifically to serve the best in food combination for the recipes that I'm throwing together. Let me know in the comment section down below, are your kids back to school? Have they already started? What does their school year look like currently? Are they virtual? Are they doing some days in person, some days remote? I'm curious to hear. Likewise, I wanted to check in with you guys and see how you're doing because I know this can be such a stressful time for all of us moms and parents out there, that this extra layer of safety and learning has been very difficult and stressful on me and my family. So please know you're not alone. We're all in this together and we're just trying our best to survive. And I hope that recreating some of these recipes in your home can serve you guys and also make you feel confident in putting nutrient-dense foods on your kids' plates and knowing that you're doing your best to get their vitamins and minerals into them through delicious foods that the whole family will enjoy. There has never been an easier weeknight dinner than an Insta Pot Chili, and it is by far one of our favorites. But whenever I post this on Instagram, my DMs literally explode with people asking for the recipe because I like to load our chili with none other than vegetables. I mix this up time to time, day to day, every single time I make it. Today, of course, we're using carrots and we're using zucchini, as you can see here. Many of times I use cauliflower and zucchini. I use squash and carrots. I like the variety. However, this is what we're using today. I know oftentimes legumes and lentils can kind of be confusing and people are unsure if they can consume them and if they should consume them. And from my professional standpoint, I highly recommend them. On top of vegetables, adding a full can of pre-cooked organic lentils to this chili adds things like vitamin B6, folate, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, copper, manganese, and an extremely rich source of plant fiber and protein. To me, it's a no-brainer. And whenever I share recipes where I'm baking sweet foods and I include green or red lentils, the comment section always explodes with people who are so confused. But I beg of you guys to trust me. When you blend these things together, you cannot detect them. And if anything, they add a bold, rich flavor. And why not stack the deck in your favor? That's my approach to everything. If I can stack the deck in my favor and sneak in as much vegetables as possible, and as you see, I do this in front of my children, so I'm not really sneaking it in. I'm just bulking up all of our foods with nutrition. Right there at the bottom of this pot of chili is a ton of vitamins and minerals and plant-based nutrition. So my thought process is, why not? When I was in nutrition school, my professors used to say to me that I would try to take a chocolate chip cookie and find ways to add value and nutrition to it. And that is the absolute truth. As a busy mom who's building a business, taking care of my children, and working directly with clients in my practice, I'm looking for shortcuts and finding quick and easy ways to add extra boost to our meals is exactly how I do that. So for me, cooking something like chili is something we can eat directly tonight, or I can put it in some mason jars. I can freeze one, keep the other in the refrigerator to have for the week. But I like to make a big batch of chili frequently because I know it's something when I'm one of those nights, I'm in a pinch, I can pull it out and everybody in the family will enjoy it. So while my chili is cooking, I'm going to get together the grain of the week, which this tends to be the grain of every other week. I tend to rotate between quinoa and buckwheat because both are a huge favorite in our house. So I'm making up 1 full cup of quinoa, which will last us about a week. Sometimes I'll do a cup and a half if it's a busier week and I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of smoothies. Sometimes we'll do 2 smoothies a day, and I like to add grains in quinoa to my kids' smoothies when they're going to be going out and about to school. But I'm just doing 1 cup and I'm mixing that with my kombu, which I always boil my water in quinoa with kombu. I've talked about this a ton on my channel about the sea minerals and vitamins that are released from the kombu into the water and then is cooked directly into the quinoa. Kombu is incredible for your digestive system. So if you're nervous about having quinoa and potentially not having sprouted grains, whether you soak them or not, add a little bit of kombu for the vitamin A, the copper, the potassium, of course the iodine and vitamin C, but all of these things will be released into the water and therefore cooked directly into your quinoa. While the quinoa and chili are going, I'm slicing up a Japanese yam, which is by far our absolute favorite quote unquote sweet potato. We love Japanese yams. I've used them in many sweet recipes like homemade waffles and muffins for you guys in past videos. But for today's video, I'm just spraying them with a little bit of avocado oil and topping them with some adobo seasoning. It's quick, it's easy. You can serve this as a side alongside the quinoa with a little bit of turkey sausage and salad for a quick weeknight dinner. Also, I like to toast these up and throw them in the kids' lunchbox. They're a huge hit. They're sweet, but then they also are mixed with that adobo seasoning. Even with salt and pepper, they are simply delicious. We absolutely love Japanese yams, so I love baking these up and having them on hand in the refrigerator. I want to know from you guys, when you do meal prep, do you prep actual meals for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Do you prep ingredients, or do you just prep a few things for lunch and dinners? I'm so curious because I feel like my approach to meal prep is a little bit different with sides and ingredients and things I can quickly blend together to make a dinner, where a lot of times people will actually prep full-blown meals, but this is what just works best for my family. And I find having those healthy snacks and breakfast for my kids is what's realistic for us and our family. But I want to know in the comment section from you guys down below. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And if you like this sort of content, be sure to hit the subscribe button right on the screen and give this video a big thumbs up. It means a lot to me and the YouTube algorithm. And I hope you subscribe, and I see you back here next Thursday.